Hello, I've had some questions about how to create a stacked column graph. I know that for some of you, this may be something new that you've not seen before. So I'm going to make a little short video here just to explain to you how to do a stacked column. So I'm going to share my screen and use the whiteboard to kind of draw in what this should look like. Okay, so basically what you'll have is on your graph paper, okay, you're going to make a graph, and I'm just going to kind of roughly show this in here. And in the directions, it tells you that your x-axis, okay, which is your horizontal one here, is going to be your rounds. And so you had 8 rounds that you did. So you're just going to mark off, and you want to leave these pretty spaced so you can have room to get your stacked column graph in there. Okay, so your rounds are down here at the bottom. And then over on the side, this is where you have your number of atoms. Okay, and we had 20 atoms in each round. So your top number up here will be 20. And then you'll want to go by, ones or twos, however you want to do that. Either ones or twos. You don't want to do really any bigger than that to be able to get your graph the way you want it. And then in one column, you always have a maximum of 20. So you're going to draw your bars, okay, and leave a little bit of space in between them. And, they don't have to be perfect. Okay, so on. So you're going to have your bars across here. And then in the bars, this is where you're going to distinguish between your number of green and your number of red. So let's say at the end of round 1, when you look at round 1, you had, let's say, 10 red and 10 green. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, right in the middle where I've marked off my 10, the bottom half are going to be those that are still green, those that have not decayed. Okay, and I'm going to color that in green. And then the top half, if there were 10 green, then there had to be 10 red. So I'm going to color in 10 red. And so this makes a stacked column. And this tells me that at the end of round 1, I had 10 green and 10 red. Okay, so at the end of round 2, let's say I had still 10 green and 10 red. None of them ended up, I didn't roll a 6 at all, right? And so I'm going to come back and do the same thing again, okay? But then in round 3, I ended up, I only had 5 green left. So now my 5 will be, down here somewhere with my green ones that were still left, that were still radioactive. And my red, now I have 15. Okay. And so this is what you're going to do. You're just going to continue doing this until you get to all 8 rounds. Okay. Now, on that same sheet, I've given you, 2 pieces of graph paper. So on that same sheet, so this would be like on the top half of your graph paper. And then on the bottom, you're going to make a line graph for the number of radioactive elements at the end of each round for 1 and 2. So, and it tells you both data sets on one graph, points connected in a smooth curve. Your x-axis is your rounds again, and then your y-axis would be your number of radioactive atoms, so your ones that were green. And so this time you're going to plot these on the same graph for elements 1 and 2. You want to make sure you use a different color, okay, for each one. And so this graph would look something like this. So here is my my X and Y axis, okay? And again, I'm going to have my rounds down here and look at the maximum number of green ones that you have left at the end of each round, and that'll be your top number, or you can just do 20 if you want to, okay? And then have, you know, your other lines. You can use the same scale that you did on your others. And so when you start plotting these, okay, so you'll say, okay, I had this many in round one, and this many, and this many, and this many, whatever. And then when you connect those, you're going to connect them with a curve. And you'll have two lines on there. Okay, one, and make sure you label them. So this one would be like element 2 here, and my blue one would be like element 1. Okay, I don't know why it's shooting out those straight lines like that. So this is what you're going to do for your graphs. So I hope this helps. And if you have any other questions, please just let me know.